exciting day for me. The people at Kactoily, I really hope I'm saying that correctly, sent me a multifunctional digital soil tester. So I'm going to unbox it and test it out in my garden. Quick pause to address why this video is so long.
It's so long, it's comically long.
It actually took me a long time to sort out how to use, or hopefully how to use, one of the 6 features, and I included the details of that because that's a fair part of my review. I've also left chapter markings along the navigation bar, and you can use those if you'd rather just jump ahead.
Okay, I'm ready.
So let's get into this multifunctional digital soil tester. This tests 6 domains of soil health, or the surrounding area, because it also has a light meter, I believe. Let's look at the manual to be sure, because I do love a quality manual.
You just need to read the manual.
Ooh, okay, so I've got some stuff behind me here. So here it is, and my manual. 6-in-1 soil tester user manual. So I won't bore you with me going through all of it.
Oh, really?
But right away, it shows what I am working with here. So looking at my display here, the first indication, it says the battery cover. So here's the battery cover at the back. Let's open that up. I don't need a screwdriver. I can just clip that in, and oh, look, it's already got some batteries in there. I'm gonna put that back together. Perfect. And then there's a light meter. So there's our light meter right there. That's one thing that we can check. Here's our LCD display. Our on-off calibration is right there. So on-off calibrate to lock or change the temperature unit. So if you have it down in the ground and you want to see what the reading is, but you don't want to bend down to see it, you can lock the screen so that when you take it out, you can check and see what values you got.
It's locked. Oh, it's locked.
Very exciting. The probe.
The probe.
And
She's probing us.
oh, and there's a minimum depth placement that they have listed on here. I think that's this line here. And then I will be able to see the light level, the battery level, soil moisture, the electrical conductivity, air humidity, temperature, and pH. Excellent. So the 6 things, just to go over that again, is the light. I can tell how much light my plants see, the pH of the soil, the temperature of the soil, which may be very different than the air temperature, and may be very different depending on if it is a shallow garden bed that is closer to the ground, so it may take longer to warm up in the spring. A tall garden bed, a pot typically will warm up a little bit faster. The soil moisture level.
It's moist.
The electrical conductivity. So that is kind of how the roots are going to get moisture. You can sort of think of it that way. It's like a measure of salts. And tomatoes and peppers like it to be a little bit higher, just a bit over 2, but lots of other plants prefer it to be closer to like a 1.5-ish. So you can be really particular there, and the air humidity as well. So without further ado, let me turn it on. Okay, nice and bright. It is really bright out here today to my eyes. Yeah, and you can see the light meter. It's all the way up to the top where I am right here. And it says it's 30.5 degrees Celsius. I'm in Canada, so I really appreciate the Celsius. Bonus points there. Really nice and easy to see. All right, I will be reading this manual, which is pretty hefty and has lots of pictures. I think that's going to be really good for a detailed look.
I was wrong.
I also want to see what these packets are. Okay, so it comes with some pH buffer solution.
I was wrong.
And a brush, which I'm sure this is for cleaning, probably to clean off the soil off the bottom here. So I did read that while here obviously you can get wet because you're testing the moisture of the soil, the whole thing is not waterproof. I'm quite bad at leaving my tools out in the garden, but not with this thing. So far I'm impressed. So let's go check my pumpkin because it is growing right next to my compost piles. It's hot, you can tell, because we did water this pumpkin this morning. Well, actually, I'm going to tell if the soil has any moisture, but it's hot. The leaves are all sort of drooping here. Okay, so I need to plunge it about 7 to 15 centimeters under the ground. So probably up to about there, because that was the minimum line they said, so that all these sensors are there. All right, so I'm just gonna line it up here when I put it here so we can see. Under the mulch. Oh, it tilts. Ha! It tilts, that surprised me. Okay, so it can tilt up so I can see it. All right, I'm gonna hold it here. Let's do this the correct way. Down. All right, I can see the soil temperature and it's picking up some moisture. It is not picking up pH. I think I don't have it far enough down yet.
Like, probe deeper?
So I'm just gonna hold at the base and see. There we go. If I go down a little bit farther, what's that gonna do? Oh, it's moisture down there. You know, now I'm wondering if in the manual there's a before first use section. Why don't we go check that?
I definitely think that's a good idea.
Okay, I knew I should have read this first.
If only I'd gotten here sooner.
Periodically calibrate the tester. Oh, these are not for buffering the soil. This is for calibrating the tool. Cool. That is a good thing to read. So the order of pH calibration must be 7, 4, or 7, 4, 10. Okay, so I need 3 jars and I need purified water as well. All right, purified water. Often you can do that in a microwave. So let me see if it says anywhere if I can do that.
It does not.
And this actually comes in many languages. So the manual is really short.
This is not what you said earlier.
I was wrong.
All right, so it's got good instructions on how to calibrate with the solution.
Oh, really?
Unfortunately, it doesn't say anything besides purified water. So I'm going to maybe check the website for a little FAQ, and I will be right back with 3 containers of 250 mils each of that kind of water, microwaved or otherwise. Hang tight. Okay, I'm back. Whew. I did not microwave the water. My husband has some distilled water from when we mix our soap. He mixed the concentrate with the distilled water. So we're gonna use that. I have 3 glasses and a measuring cup, and we're gonna make our solution here. You can tell that I do not practice these videos before I go into it, because this is real-time learning that you're watching. All right. To calibrate, I have to put each of the 3 buffer powders into 3 cups of 250 mils. Okay, so we're gonna do 4, 7, and 10, and it says 7 at 25 degrees, and it is over 25 degrees out. This feels ever so slightly cool. That's gotta be really, really close. This does make more sense than just this little amount of buffering for soil. Probably I should have known that this was not for soil buffering, that it was for another purpose. And 10.1. Okay. Okay, so I have to put it in the 7 one first. So power on. And I did clean this when I went inside, so once it was in the soil, I just gently washed it off. So this is back to clean. We're not going to mix some soil in here and change our pH. So put in pH 7.0 solution, stir, and wait for it to stabilize. Stir. Wait for it to stabilize. Oh, and it says pH 7.3 right now. Okay. Oh, now it says 7. Stabilizing. So then I'm going to hit calibrate and the pH should be blinking. And then you have to hit it again 2 to 3 seconds after the pH blinks. So cal, and it's blinking. 1, 2, 3. Press again.
What's that mean? Does that break it?
Blinks 3 times, pH 7.0 finish, then clean the probe.
Is it working?
I'm gonna do that again. 1, 2,
Is it working? Not really.
3. Calibrate. Okay, I think we've calibrated.
I was wrong.
Now I'm gonna put a little more water in my measuring cup and use that just to clean the probe. All right, now for 4, we're gonna do the same thing. Okay, so now we're gonna put in our 4 solution, which is over here. Stir and wait to stabilize, and then press calibrate. You're stable, you should be a 4.1 at the most. Oh, there's a 4.1. Okay, see if it goes down to a 4.0. It has lots of dissolved salts. Doing a great job of testing this calibration solution.
Oh, really?
Okay, we're gonna hit calibrate, and it's gonna blink for 2 to 3 seconds after the pH blinks. Okay. And then 7.0 should blink. Should I just hold it then? Okay, I'm gonna hold it. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna hold it. No.
It's hard work not working.
And then 7.0 should blink. That's what it says. You can see right there. After you press calibrate, pH blinking, which it does. So then you press 2 to 3 seconds is what I'm interpreting.
Okay, let's try a different approach.
Okay, my husband thinks that I actually did the 7.1 twice, so it got confused. The trouble is I have not seen it. I wonder if I have to hold it. I'm not sure. So we're gonna rinse it off.
Please work, please work, please work.
Turn it off and turn it on again and hope that that fixes things. Okay, so we're gonna turn it off. So the first thing is power on for the 7.0 calibration. This is like IKEA furniture, and I've got a couple of screws and things left at the end. Okay, turn it on. Put it in the pH 7.0 solution, stir and wait for it to stabilize. 7. Okay. So it's stabilized. Press cal. pH blinking. Press 2 to 3 seconds after pH blinks. Okay, this is what we did before. Do I just hold it? I think I do. I think I'll hold it after this. I press and it'll start blinking. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. I'm gonna hold it.
I want it to work.
Nothing's happening. It stopped blinking though. And then 7.0 finish. It went up to 7.1. And there's a little picture. Okay. And then clean the probe. It's showing it going in water to clean the probe. So we're gonna do that. Clean the probe. Now, we're gonna put it in the 4.0. Stir and wait for it to stabilize. 4.1, okay, close enough. We're going to press it, and the pH is gonna blink. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. And we're supposed to press it. It's supposed to blink to a 7. It's not doing that.
Is it working?
No, it's not working.
And I'm supposed to press it, and 4 is supposed to blink 3 times.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
2, 3. It's still blinking. Oh, 7. Oh, there's a 7. Okay, so now I need to press calibrate. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, and now we're done. And I clean the probe. Okay, without pressing calibrate because it didn't say 2. Now I'm gonna put it in the 10 solution. Stir and wait to stabilize. I am feeling willing to accept a 10.3.
Close enough!
Whatever. We're gonna hit calibrate. pH is blinking. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. And then press it. It's supposed to blink to a 7. Blink to a 7. You're not blinking to a 7.
Makes no sense.
I know, I took you out because that seemed to work the last time. Did not blink to a 7.
There must be something that we're missing.
Well, that you push it. Sorry? Hummingbird. Oh! Okay, come back in a second then. Okay, I'm gonna press it and hold it again. Try that press and hold trick. We are really high pH. I don't know how we're so high pH because our other solutions are much lower. Blink 7.
Please work.
Okay, I'm trying really hard because this is being filmed, but honestly, I would have given up already. This is driving me a little bit crazy. I don't know how I could be doing this any differently.
Guys, this is not worth our time.
I'm going to just hope that that locked it in. That didn't at all work the way that I think the instructions say. I'll put a picture of the instructions up if anybody sees anything else in this. I mean, there's very few words, so I think it's hard to misinterpret what this is saying.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Maybe that's some feedback that a paragraph or something, maybe it's harder to translate that in so many languages, but that might have been helpful so that I could have done that correctly. Let's go back to the pumpkin and see if anything changed. Okay, back again. And from the first reading, it did look like my soil was a lot drier than I thought it was. So I probably do need to water here again. It's probably not just the heat. All right, let's turn this on.
Try again, try again.
Let's go here, hold at the base, and you want to be careful not to have a rock. You know what, I'm gonna go even further back because this is actually where the compost bin is. And I know you can't see this right now, but I'll freeze it and then bring it up. There we go. That's where I can go down. Okay. Bright display. All right, so that tells me it is quite warm in the soil. It is not picking up on my pH. It's very dry. I'm gonna lock that screen just in case I can't quite see it here. Pull it up. Yeah, you can see it's dusty on. So yeah, that soil is dry. 47% RH. What does RH stand for now? Oh yeah, that's the air humidity. That's right. Relative humidity, air humidity. But it didn't pick up my electroconductivity or my pH. It's telling me my temperature, my relative humidity, my light meter. Those all seem to be working quite well. Let's try somewhere that we know is going to be moisture then. So let's go over to my raised garden beds. Okay, so here next to my eggplant and my peppers, we have been watering and feeding here. So if this is wetter, like I think it will be, it should work better.
Sure, Jan.
Okay, I have to try the calibration thing again because in this bed, it was more moist soil. It did pick up a pH, but it told me my pH was 9.5, which sounds a little high to me. I'm not sure if I should trust it. If it's not calibrated, I can't trust it. So we're going to do this again. It says power on, put it in the pH 7 solution. This one, stir and wait for stabilize. Press calibrate, pH blinks. Press 2 to 3 seconds after pH blinks. I wonder if it means 2 to 3 times after the pH is blinking, go 1, 2, 3. And then the 7O should blink 3 times, and then it should finish, and you clean the probe. I did clean the probe again in between. Let's try it with pressing it 2 to 3 times.
This is not gonna work.
It's gonna work. It's gonna work.
Okay, power on. Put in my 7O solution, stir and wait to stabilize. It says a 7.1 right now. I'm gonna do cal. pH is blinking. 1, 2, 3. 7.0, like the 7 is supposed to blink 3 times. Press and hold 2 to 3 seconds. Okay, press it, the pH is blinking. 1, 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1000. Only the pH is blinking there. Stop blinking. This makes no sense. I'm gonna reach out to the company and find out how the heck I do this because it is simply not working. So we'll come back in a little bit after I've figured this out.
Well, that's disappointing.
Okay, let's try this again. We have gotten a response that I'm supposed to hit the button and hold it for 2 to 3 seconds immediately after it starts blinking. So I've made our solutions, put it in, stir it, I'll press calibrate, and then it starts blinking. So now I go 1, 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1000, and the 7 is supposed to start blinking. Okay, the pH stopped blinking. Now the 7's supposed to blink. The 7 did not blink.
I cannot show you everything.
Okay, well, can you show me one thing?
It says, put it in the pH 4.0 solution. You saw me do that. Stir and wait for it to stabilize. Then I press calibrate. pH started blinking, just the letters pH. The numbers weren't blinking, just the letters. So I pressed and held calibrate, and I counted for 3 1000s, but the 7 didn't blink. So I don't know what I'm missing. The 7 did not blink. And then I pressed calibrate again anyway after waiting like 7 seconds, and the 4 did not blink.
She did not blink once.
Is it calibrated? Who knows?
It makes no sense.
One eternity later.
Okay, we've done our 7, we've done our 4, and after this, I'm just gonna do it again. I'm just gonna do it again until we get it. So put in the 10 solution. It's like
They haven't failed yet.
1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Now that's blinking to a 7, great. And then, no, that's a 10, good. Okay, it actually kind of worked at the end there. We're gonna try that one more time. First step, power on. And I'm also going to rinse off my probe. Okay. Put in the pH 7 solution, stir, press calibrate. pH is blinking, 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Go, and it needs to blink 7. Yes, 1, 2, 3. Okay, the pH 7 went. I don't know what I'm doing differently. Put it in the 4 solution. Stir, press calibrate. pH is blinking. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3. Let go. 7 is blinking. Great, press calibrate. 4 blinks. 1, 2, 3. And we've pH calibrated to 4. I don't know what I'm doing differently, but let's do 10. Put it in the 10. Stir, press calibrate. pH is blinking. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Let go. 7 is blinking. Press twice. 1, 2, 3. It works! It works! Somehow, the last time I did that, I swear, doing all the exact same things, it worked. So a bit of an exercise in frustration.
So frustrating.
It's very frustrating.
But there we go. Let's move on. Now that we're calibrated, let's see, do we have to calibrate anything for the electrocurrent range? I don't think so. Just says to calibrate for pH. Oh no, you do. Oh dear. You do have to calibrate for EC as well by putting it into a 14.3 US solution, which didn't come in the package. What came in the package?
Did anybody see a package here today?
I got 2 each of the pH solutions and not the electrocurrent one.
Boy, that's disappointing.
How do I make a 14.3 US solution? It doesn't tell me.
Can one thing, just one thing, not be easy?
It just says to put it in a 14.13 US solution. What is that? I'm not sure what to do.
What do you want from me?
So I might be sending another message to the marketing department. But meanwhile, maybe we could test out some soil and see what our newly pH calibrated monitor says.
Aren't we the optimist?
All right, I'm going to plunge it in to test this raised garden bed soil, which is right next to. These are my little jelly melons. I've got some eggplants that are here, some tomatoes. So I'm gonna put it in the soil probably up to about there and see what we get. Put it down like that. Okay, so I've got, it said my pH was much lower than that at first. It said it was around a 7 and now it's a 10.5. That's a little hard to believe. It says I've got 2 water droplets for moist, and there is a guide that shows you what that means. 2 water droplets is between arid and dry, so not a lot of moisture there. And you know, if there's not a lot of moisture, it is harder for the machine to pick up on pH and electrocurrent. In fact, it's not picking up on electrocurrent at all. I'm just gonna move it back just a little bit, whoops, to see if that makes a difference.
Not feeling generous today.
Still says it's not very moist there. pH still on the high side. Warm soil. Okay, let's try somewhere else in the garden, somewhere that I know should be a little bit moister than that to see if that affects the pH at all. We just came back from vacation, which usually means that our plants are a little sad. So this planter was much happier a week or so ago, but it was just watered, so it should be moist throughout. We're trying to revive these lovely little petunias. So let's see, if we go in here, good. And it does say that the more packed your soil is, well, not overly packed, but you wouldn't want to put this in like a bag of loose soil. It's not going to be able to pick up things well. You do want it to have good contact with the probe. Oh, turn it on there. So this says I'm 25 degrees for my soil temperature, 4 little dots for my moisture, which would be somewhere between dry and moist. I'm going to test with my finger.
Use your finger.
Yeah, I think I agree with that, with what my finger feels as well. Even though we did water it, it's not quite as wet as I thought it would be. And it says it's a 6.0 pH, which that could make sense as well.
Good job.
Now it went down to 3 little water droplets. Okay, one more spot. Maybe let's go to the front yard and see at my irrigation drip line what it picks up there where I've got things growing. Over here, let's just brush that off. We have a drip line that runs through the middle of this bed here, and there's a probe that's over there. So I want to know, how wet is the soil at the probe? I'm saying probe, my husband says it's a dripper. This is where the water comes out, which should be getting the roots of this beautiful banana pepper plant here. So I want to know, is it getting as much moisture at that dripper, or whatever you want to call it, as I would like it to get? So let's go down in the soil there. Oh, now we're at, we were at 4 moisture little bars. Maybe not quite as wet as I'd like it to be. Soil 25 degrees and about a 7 pH. And all right, let's try my finger.
Use my finger.
That does feel not very wet, but moist.
It's moist.
So that does seem to me to be fairly accurate. Unfortunately, I don't think that this electrocurrent part is working at all. Just because these poor little flower boxes that are not doing very well, the squirrels like to dig in them, but I know that they are well watered. I'm going to just stick in here. I can feel that this is pretty moist. Yeah, okay, the moisture is now going off the charts. It says this is really wet. I need to get better drainage here. And it says my pH is a 10.3, 9.7. That feels slightly hard to believe that it could have gotten that high.
Well, maybe, but maybe not.
Okay, my husband just said I could test the pH with my calibration solutions. So let's see if we can. I won't press calibrate at all, but let's just see, does it know? That it says is a 6.9, okay. 5.2, no, 3.9, no, it dropped down. It just needed a second. Okay, 2.5. What are you doing? What are you doing? What do you think is going on?
What is happening?
It thinks the 4.0 is a 2.5, okay. That's a little concerning because each one on the pH scale is 10 times the acidity or alkalinity. So being that far off is quite a bit indeed. And this one it thinks is a 10.1. Okay, I'll just try the 4.1 again, one more time. 2.7. Yeah.
Think positive.
I don't know. I'm going to have to play with this a lot more and compare it to some other things to really trust the pH. I don't know how much I trust this as a pH meter, which is a shame because that's one of its biggest uses.
You had one job.
Okay, overall impressions. This manual I was originally excited about, but it is just pictures for the most part, which is great because it means it can be translated into a bunch of different languages, but the pictures are difficult to interpret, I think. I wish there was just a little bit more information, you know, what the light meter meant as well, because if you look at this, you turn on your lovely LED. I do like the LED screen. It glows a little bit. It's very easy to see. It shows the light is a whole bunch of bars. I would really like to know what that is in foot candles, especially for indoor. Outdoor is actually not that big a deal. You're in shade, you're not in shade, you know how many hours of direct sunlight you get a day. But inside, it would be really helpful if this would show how much light my plants are seeing in the winter especially. So that I wish had more detail. The moisture meter does have a good amount of detail. According to my finger, it's accurate, so that's great. The pH meter, I don't think is accurate. I have it as accurate as I possibly could, and still the pH doesn't seem right for what I think my pH should be in my garden. I'm not left with a feeling of trust that I should make changes to the soil that I test based on the pH reading that I get from this meter. The EC just didn't work at all because I wasn't able to calibrate it, but the temperature seems accurate and the relative humidity seems accurate. And overall, it seems like it's made well. It, moves like it should. It seems it's got a nice fit and finish. The plastic feels like it is higher quality, heavy duty. I don't think that this is going to break or be really brittle very easily as long as I take care of it. It does say not to leave it outside because the screen is not waterproof. So overall, I think that depending on what you need it for, this could be a really helpful product.
Or
You can use your fingers.
For pH, I am skeptical, so I would not use it for that. But as a light meter, as a moisture meter, as a way to test temperature and relative humidity, I think it's pretty nice. So if you want to buy one, there is a link in my description below. And however your garden grows, keep growing as a gardener.